Hello, everyone. Checking if you can hear me here. Just want to make sure that everything is working well before we get started. So, um, I'm looking at my screen over here, and I believe I have my chat open. So, if you have a question, the live chat is there. I'll do my best to respond. But first, I want to do is make sure that you can hear me. And so, in fact, I may turn up my. Perfect. I'm testing on my phone here to make sure I can hear myself, and I can. So um, I'm looking. I see I've got 4 visitors here, and again, let's see, one of my chat. Maybe I did not. Oh, here we go. Hello. Making sure I can see my chat here. If not, well, I'm just gonna hope that you can see everything well and hear everything well. Oh, perfect, perfect. Well, hey everybody. Well, welcome to this live chat. Hopefully the volume is okay. It sounds a little bit uh, distorted. Is it okay? If you let me know if it's okay. In fact, let me just turn it down. There we go. Now we're not peaking there. Awesome. I hope everyone had a great day. And a while back, I decided, I'm gonna do a live stream here and just kind of share some tips and tricks with using um, Adobe Spark Post, Spark Video, and Page. So, being that it's only an hour long, so now the reason I just let you know off the top why it's an hour long. My daughter has a soccer game tonight at 7:30 my time, so I have to make sure I get there, which it's pretty close. But I wanted to make sure and just kind of make sure, let you know how much time we have, and try to be respectful for your time as well. Some of you may be close to dinner time here. It is dinner time here in Texas, so if you are having dinner right now, well, great. Well, I didn't get it. I didn't say what I do or where I'm from and everything. So you see there, my name's Claudio Zavala. I'm an instructional tech coordinator here in the Dallas Fort Worth area in Texas, and I'm also love sharing tips on how to create content. So if you would, there's all my social media there. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I share pretty much every day something, a tip, or just kind of some happenings to really just help everyone share their story. And oh yeah, awesome. Just kind of looking through the chat. Yes, it'll be shared later. So if you can't watch live, it's being recorded, so you'll be able to check it out later. And so, but also, I want to say if you have any questions while this is happening, feel free to add a question in the chat. Hold on, I think I'm still hearing some music. Okay, maybe it's just my imagination. If you have any questions about Adobe Spark, in general or specific, I'll try to answer as many as I can in the time we have. Feel free to add it in the comment section. So I think what I'm hearing are kids outside. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, it's not my imagination. So again, and also if you hear an idea or see an idea that you like, something that maybe someone else will benefit from, feel free to tweet out as much as you can, whatever you want to tweet out, share with others. It's like, oh, I didn't know you can do that. So feel free to do that as well. I also have a special surprise if you stick around to the end. A little kind of I'm going to say, a gift somewhat. Yeah, I guess it is a gift. So it's not anything really huge, but if you stick around to the end, I have a link. You'll be able to basically have a 7-day free trial of Adobe Spark, so the whole premium. So if you don't have the whole premium right now, you'll be able to So stick around the end, and again, if you watch it on replay, you'll be able to see that towards the end as well. So without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna apologize first off. This is a solo production here. I do not have a cameraman behind the scenes here running everything. I'm doing it all here. So if I don't look directly at the cameras, because I'm trying to switch things around. So um, maybe someday I will. So at this time, I'm running it all solo. So if you see me again not looking directly, it's not that I'm being rude or anything. It's just I'm trying to get the things done. So again, as I mentioned, I'll just do a let's do. Oh, hold on, something's not where it's supposed to be. Here we go. I like trying out these things and make sure this works right here. Yay, there it is right there. That's what we're going to be talking about, Adobe Spark. So again, with a lot of time, I'm trying to get as much covered and maybe give you some things that you didn't know that you can do in Adobe Spark, post, video, and page, or just some tips, some things that I do to kind of help speed things up and make things easier, and hopefully you'll benefit from it. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm going to show you, and I apologize for the clicks from my mouse here. So so what you're looking at is, first off, the dashboard. Okay, and I see a little flickering happening, so hopefully it's not too bad on your end. I'm going to try to fix that here. Let's see. Okay. And I apologize for that flickering. Everything was working just fine last night, and now everything is like not working the way it's supposed to be. But that's kind of the way things happen. So that little flickering is, let's see. Oh boy, now it's flickering more. If this starts happening more, I'm just going to jump over to my iPad here. Here, let me try something here. We're gonna try to make some adjustments while we're in the middle of the production here. Let's see if this helps. Maybe. Let's try this out. See if this works. You guys are being so patient. Maybe this helps. I don't know, or not. We'll see. All right. So one of the first things I wanted to kind of give you a tip about Spark is, if you're not using your branding, I'm going to kind of give you some kind of tips here with the brand. So if you have the premium version of Adobe Spark, so either you have it through Creative Cloud, or you may be at a school that has the Spark for EDU, that is available. So you have branding available. So I'm kind of jumping here. So if you're looking at my dash, it says brands. And you're looking right now are several brands that I have set up. Now, this is mine right here. The one on the far right is just one I made up. And what I want to share with you about branding is the kind of some things you can go in there and adjust colors. So when you add your own brand, so right here is the option to create your own brand. So I'm going to jump into one that I already made. So I'm going to click on that. And as you can see, there's I have my logo right there. And then I have some colors that I specified for my brand. And you also have the option to set up your own fonts. Now, the really cool thing about having your brand set up is when you create content, you have those brands there for you. They're already set up there. So it kind of speeds up the process. I'm going to scroll down here towards the bottom here. So you have kind of branded templates that are already set up. So when you add your own logo, your own colors, you have the ability, or say the option, you're given the option, or templates are kind of set up for you. You can create additional ones by tapping on this plus sign. And what it does, it automatically uses the colors from your brand up here, so the color that you set up. And So as I scroll through here, you see there's like kind of a bluish look to it. And then these over here don't have like my logo. So what I'm going to do here, there's a um, 3 dots right here on the project. So if I click on that, I'm going to do this one here and edit. And then um, wait for it to load. Now, the image that you're seeing here is the template one. So you're going to go ahead and you can always go change it. But this right here where it says strive for progress, not perfection, that is one that it's kind of already set in there for you. But now if you look here, you have the option to go through and change colors. And what it's going to do is going to pull from your brand colors. Now, one little blank there. So let's see here. If I choose this, notice what happens to the text there. So you can swap it out, kind of do a dark background like color. So let's say I'm okay, that's what I want. And one other thing I want to do is I want to, because I don't see my logo here. So let's say I already have a logo set up. Either that or one of the things I like doing is having like a little signature. So either if you use a logo or maybe your signature. So I'll tap on the signature and load it up here to the top. And let's move that down here. So let's say that's kind of where I want my signature to be all the time. Some minor adjusting. You can go ahead and kind of set opacity down anyway where it's not so upfront. Let's bring it down just a tad bit more. So let's say I'm good with that. I like that. And maybe I want this to be maybe on this side instead. So like this may be my Twitter post. It's kind of set up already. So whenever I'm going to share this on Twitter, it's already set up and ready to go. So then I'll hit save. And then when I go to, let's say here, let's go to project, and I start with a branded graphic. So I choose a branded graphic. That means I'm going to be using my brand that's already been loaded. So I'll tap on branded graphic, and as you can see, it's right here. There's a Twitter post. So when I tap on that, and wait for it to load. That was one of the things. And there it is. So now I can come here. So this is not the actual branded part. This is actually where I go and edit it. So I can click in here and make changes to it. If I don't like what it says, I can change it. And basically, this creates kind of a copy based on my template. So really useful to use that brand feature. You change the colors, you can adjust it, and basically start from your own brand instead of starting from scratch. And I think that's a really great way to kind of be consistent in what you're doing. I'm going to jump back over to the brands once more and kind of give you another tip here. So I'm going to go back into my brand here. I'm looking and making sure I have any questions right here as well. So, man, that flickering. Okay, I'm going to scroll down here. So if you see here, there is themes. So when you are in page, Spark Page or Spark Video, again, when you create your brand, you are automatically set with like a dark, medium, and light kind of a template. So you can use those as well as what's already inside Spark Page and Video. So I can go here and let's come up here to this page and tap on Edit. And so it's going to give me basically my template for my page. And if I scroll through here, I can set up all the colors, which I've done ahead of time. I've changed it up already. I can go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to tap on that because I'm not going to make any changes on this one here. Okay, come back down. And the same thing with the video. You can go through and make some changes here. You were to tap on here. Sorry. tap on edit, you can go through and change the colors as well. But what I want to do is come down here to the branded surfaces section. You can personalize how your logo shows up on all your content. So right here, first off, you have header and footer. So that's going to be in your page. You're going to have a header and a footer when you create all your pages. And then you have your main logo. So you can choose which one is your main logo and which one is kind of your secondary one. Stamp right here and outro are kind of part of your video. So Spark Video, when you have like the stamp on, I think it's the second to the last page. I'd have to go back and look, but then you have your outro. So the very last page in Spark Video, your logo's already there. It's already set up. And then right here in your header, I'm going to go ahead and tap on this one here. This is really neat. So once you click in here, you have your logos already here. You can choose from different ones as well. And then you have a call to action. So that's kind of a, it's at towards the end of your video or page. You can say to people, hey, visit my page or go here and do something. Click on here and actually to be able to click on it and go to it. And you can change the way that looks like, the color. Go down here to footer. I'm having trouble with my page here. Social, here's a cool thing right here. So if you notice on my Spark page, I have my social profiles, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can go ahead and add those here. So if you've done any website, done any work like that, you actually can, if you would code all that, put it in a web page. Well, here you're able to just kind of set it here. So when you're creating your pages, all of that is automatically added there, which is really neat, really cool. Really cool feature to have. And again, if you're starting and using your brand, it's a great way to be consistent. Cool. All right. Now, so my next tip here is I'm actually going to, let's see, I'm going to jump over to my iPad here for a second. So let me bear with me while I switch to the iPad here. And let's bring the iPad in front of my face here. Okay, so now we're looking at my iPad. So I want to stay with the topic of that branding and being consistent. And one of the tools or apps that of the three that I enjoy using a lot is Spark Post. And so I'm going to jump into Spark Post here. And we just talked about branding right now. So if I were to go here and tap on this plus sign so I can start with a Spark Post project, if the first option I have there, start with your brand. So if that's checked on, so whenever I choose a picture, an image, my brand is automatically going to show up, as well as my font that I chose, my brand font and brand colors. It's all going to be set up. It's already going to be added. If I turn it off, then when I choose a photo or say a video, my brands are not going to show up. So I'm going to do that here, and let's say choose a photo. Let's go with my crazy face here, and let's make this an Instagram size. Tap on done. So you notice how my logo's already there. My logo's at the upper left, and then I have this font down here at the bottom. So let's say, hey, that's gonna be my my little message. So I'm gonna tap on done. So here's another tip that I want to share with you. So when you're branding yourself, having your own content, or let's say you're at a school and you want to be consistent with something that you're sharing with parents, so it's always looking the same every time you send it out. So when you come up here to, actually, let me back out here. So when I tap on a project, if you look at the bottom, if I tap on the picture, it's automatically going to start editing. But if I kind of slow down a bit, this is one of the things that sometimes we speed through things and not notice. If you look at the bottom, obviously you can delete it, but there's a duplicate option. Duplicate. So when you tap on that button is you're basically creating an exact copy of this. And then what you can do, just I'm going to call this template 2. Tap done. Okay, so let me back out just to show you. So you notice there's two, they look identical. They're different because they're named different. And one of the great things about this is, let's say you're doing kind of a little theme you're sharing either on social media, or like, again, you're sending out something out through email, through maybe you have some customers, or let's say you have parents, somebody, an audience that's going to be seeing this. You can create a consistent looking brand content that's going out. It's always going to look the same. The only thing that's going to change, so let's go here and let's replace this picture. Let's see. Let's look here. Here's another one. I don't know why I keep choosing pictures of myself, but that's... So there we go. So I have, well, I did forget to... say, how are you? And done. Done here. So there we go. So now I kind of have a consistent look. I did this a while back when I was sharing kind of some stories on Instagram stories. I created one and kind of made it as my template and just duplicate, and just change the picture, change some of the wording here and there, but basically everything remained the same. So definitely take advantage of that duplicate option. It's a great tool to use. It's there. Something else in Spark Post that not a lot of people know that's there. Actually, maybe I'll save this for when I get... Oh, actually, I'm going to jump into Adobe Spark Post now. That's like the next thing here. So some tips in Adobe Spark Post. Running out of breath here. One of the things in Spark Post and that you can do is you can connect to your other libraries that you have. So when you're on your, let's say you're on your phone, your iPad, you most likely will have all those images already there. When you are on your desktop, a lot of times you don't have those images that you have on your device. So then you either have to sync it somehow on your device. On the desktop, you can actually connect to like a Google Drive. Here, if you look down towards the bottom, I have photo library, videos, and then I have a Creative Cloud. So that's just another folder. Yes. Okay. I just saw a question. Can you have more than one logo with the paid account? Yeah. So you can have. In fact, let me go ahead and jump back there. This is a great question. Boom. Let's jump back over here. Yeah. So, and the flickering starting back up. So that actually was recent that they added this feature that you can have more than one logo with the paid account. So that's kind of why I kind of demoed here. I have this other Buckaroo Ranch. I totally made that up. And then I can add another brand. So a lot of folks who may be doing, maybe having their own little business and they're creating content for multiple different clients, then they can have their client's brand in a different one. So then whenever they're creating content, they just use that brand, or they'll start from this certain brand. So great question. And yes, you're able to add as many logos. And I think I hope I answered your question, Nicole. I think that's what you were asking. I hope so. And you could always add additional logos within your own as well. So, and I tend to do that as well. Sometimes I don't. Maybe I forgot to add the logo at one point, but I could always go back in and add it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're back into my iPad here. And let me start from a branded project. Let me go to my photo library here. And I don't even know what pictures I have in here. Let's see. Oh, right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this one. This is father and daughter. And I'm going to make this for Instagram, maybe adjust it a little bit, tap on done. And so you notice how my logo's already there. There's my logo. But let's say I don't want that one because I'm going to put it down here by my shirt and it kind of fades away. And so what I'll do, I'm going to delete that and then come back here to add. And there's logo again. So I can go back here and then choose from other logos that I have. Now let's say that I didn't have one of my logos here. Well, then if I go to add, and if right here, let's see, in this case, I would go to image and then pull from my Creative Cloud folder. So if I'm going to be linked up to my Creative Cloud, and then I have a folder here with additional logos. So this was like my previous logo, and here's another one right here. So let's say I wanted to add this logo here, and PNG, and tap open, and it's a cool feature. This is now available. You can move freely this image. So I'm gonna add that here. So I forgot to add that into my logos, but now it's here. So that's a great way. So if you forget to add your logo in the brand section, you could always add it later through adding an image. Really cool, really cool. Another Spark post tip here. This right here is one of my favorites to do. And you could only do this from the iPad or the iPhone. You can't do this from computer yet, or from the browser, like a desktop or laptop. You're only able to do this in here. So let's say, for example, I'm going to share this. I'm going to have this one here. So this right here is an animated post. So when I share this, it's going to create a video. So let me tap on animation. So if you did not know, so I'll kind of give you like a little extra here. When I tapped on my text, actually let me back up. On the buttons, options down here at the bottom, if you tap on animation, and I think this too you can only do from your iPad or from an iPhone. When you tap on animation, you're able to animate the text. So that is one of the coolest things, to be able to do that, and it does it automatically for you. So let's say I'm going to tap done here. I'm going to show you how I made this really quick, just in case you're wondering. So I'm going to tap on that. This is a text. So basically, let me show you. There's an image in the background. And what I did is when I added this text here, I made this text. So if I go to effects, you have the option right here. So let me show you. There's the text originally with a box around it. And then, oops, if I go again, when I tap on text, I get this little sub menu showing up. I go to effect, and then I go cut out. So it's basically cutting out the text from the box. And then we go to spacing. No, not spacing. I'm sorry, shape. Spacing. That's spacing. So notice what it's doing to the box here. I don't want too much. Let's see here. Shape. So, but the shape, see how far it's. So now, what I'll do here is when I tap on the text, I'm gonna just make this larger. So now, it appears that I just kind of created that text out of nowhere. And then, so here's the other part of the tip that I want to share with you. So let's say I have this and I want others to be able to use that. So maybe I'll say, hold on. Here, double tap to edit text and add your own message. I think I'm not able to spell right now. Add your own words here. That is too funny. It's been a tap done. There we go. And we'll just make some adjustments here. There it is. So now what I'll do here, here's the tip. When I share this project, here's video animation. So remember, this is animated text. So when I share this, actually what I need to do is back out because I have to use a different text. If another individual doesn't have the same text, because I kind of have my own brand text, so I have to make sure and choose suggested or Spark text, so that way the person who, and I'll show you why I did that. Let's make a minor adjustment on the size here. There we go. Now we're centered. Okay, so here we go. Share. It's going to be a video animation that I'm going to be sharing. Let it go through its little magic there. Now here's the tip. Usually what I'll do is save this video and then it's mine. It's downloaded and then I post it. But let's say I want to kind of have others kind of, maybe there's a promo that I'm doing or an activity, something I want others to kind of get in on and help kind of like spread the word, and maybe just like a positive message or something that's happening. Maybe you're at a conference, maybe you're at an event, or maybe it's Christmas, it's a holiday or something that you kind of say, hey, I made this. Everybody kind of take this and remix it. So you tell people, let's remix it. So what that means is you're going to create a shareable template. So when I tap on shareable template, Spark Post does its magic. And on the iPad and iPhone, wait for it to finish. So it's already copied to my clipboard. So what I'll do here is, let's say, let me go to my notes. Let me start a new note here and paste it. That link right there. So now if I tap on that, so now it says remixes template. So when I share that link with others, then what they can do is remix this. So they're taking your design and adding their own words. So it's a great way to kind of get others involved and kind of continue kind of like a theme or something that you're sharing with them. So really cool. Check it out if you've not done it. Okay, so I'm going to jump now to, because I'm looking at time, I want to make sure, again, respect of time. Next thing I want to share with you is Spark Video. So I'm going to jump on, change over to Spark Video here. Got it. Okay. Just logged in. So there's the plus sign again. And, oh, hold on. Because I'm projecting to my, something just changed size here. Hold on. Skip editor. Okay. There we go. There. I had to fix it a little bit here. So the layout on the iPad is going to be a little bit different than on the computer. But you'll have all the tools. They're all there. They're just going to be in different places. And so one of the things that I want to recommend, actually let me back out here. So I'm going to tap on here. One thing I forgot to share is this tip. Use the story templates. If you have a hard time putting a story together or like getting started, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to start if you're starting from scratch. So use a story template. There's different ones. So if you struggle getting a story put together or how to start, I don't know what to say. Well, maybe you want to promote an idea, or it's like a show and tell. Maybe you want to teach a lesson. So let's say I choose this one. I want to teach a lesson. So what happens is you get into the edit window and you have all these clips down here basically set up for you, ready to go. And if you look at the first one here, so the first one says, what will you teach and why is it interesting or relevant? How will people use what they learn? And then if I go to the next one, if you see right there, it says overview, concept, example. So it's kind of leading you, helping you what to put on here. So my tip, one of the tips for Spark Video, take advantage of the templates. They're great. Now, having said that about using the templates, there are times when you may start a template and you get to a point where it's like, I think I finished before the last template slide. So you're like, oh, I got to add something else because I don't know. Well, you could always tap on a slide or a clip and delete it. So you're not stuck having to use all the templates that are there. So that's the next tip of that. Now, up here at the top, now on the browser again looks a little bit different, but if you choose layout, this is a huge tip. This is something that I use a lot in video. So let me close that out. So let's say tap on here, wants to access my picture. So I'm going to use, let's see here. I'm going to use that right there. So a few years ago, I was at a karaoke. I got third place. Crazy. Couldn't believe it. So that's like my starting one. And then let's add a title. Oops. Let's try that again. Sorry, I don't know why I keep pulling. I want an icon. Oh, I think I know why, because I'm tapping on this. Okay, we're going to jump over here to this next one. So what I'm going to do here, this tip right here that I want to share with you. So that's kind of like my intro page, and then I'll come over here. Choose the split screen. Take advantage of that split screen. What I like about the split screen is, so you're if you go full screen, you're limited to one. So you can add a video, and then you can add text. Now, the thing I like about this split screen is that I can add text on this side. Goodness, I keep tapping the R there. And then over here on this side, I'm able to add content. So let's look at this little art piece here. Basically what it does, it's giving you kind of like a extra space. I kind of think of it that way. It also helps break apart kind of the monotony of just kind of like one thing per page. So take advantage of those layouts, use those. It kind of will give you a chance to kind of be creative when you're putting that video together. Okay, so now the next thing here is when you add, and what I'm going to do here is, let's see here, tap on, throw that away. Let me add that video back here again. And let me play here. See, on my iPad, I have videos, and say I have this video here. Wait for it to load. Okay, just gonna add that whole thing here. Now, if I recall, and you might not be able to hear the audio, but there's some audio playing in the background, and what I'm going to do here, so if I tap on this plus sign, goodness, this little microphone, I'm able to narrate or overdub. So here's my tip whenever you're overdubbing your video here. Tap on the button, but wait 1 full second before you start recording audio. And then, so if I hold it down, permission, yes. Here is the spinning car. And I didn't follow my own rules. Let me start that again. Here is the spinning car. And then I'll let go. So wait 1 second before recording audio. And then when you're done narrating, wait like a full second before you let go. what I've noticed, and this just through using Spark Video, is when I tap on the button, start speaking right away. Sometimes either it's my finger not pressing, and maybe it happens on the laptop or computer. It doesn't catch it right away, or I'm sorry, it goes like it kind of cuts my audio. So if I press the button, hold, and wait for a second, and then start recording or saying my narration, and then I'm done speaking, wait a second, and then release the button, I have kind of that cushion in front and at the end to kind of avoid any of my voice being cut off. So that's, and I've done that, and through trial and error, learned it. And I was like, you know what? That's just, I figured it out. I'm just gonna wait, and then it just comes out like perfect. Okay, I'm just kind of looking through my notes here. Split screen over to perfect. All right. So those are kind of like my tips for Spark Video. And again, there's no way I can cover everything in this short time, but just kind of want to give you my main tips here. So now my next one, we're going to jump into Spark Page. So let me jump into Spark Page and make a little bit of an adjustment here. Let's fix the size here to make you can see more. I hope this is great, and I see some people live here, and I get people who will jump in later will see the recording. So I'm seeing kind of the messages here on the chat. Looks great. So here we are on Spark Page, and the tip that I'm going to give you with Spark Page is really what you want to do is make it easy for your audience to kind of follow. I hope that makes sense. You want to make it easy. And so, for example, let me jump into my pages and show you one here. Let me do, let's see here. Let me do let's try this one here. That's create totally wicked videos with Adobe Rush. Gotta give it a few seconds to kind of load here. And so what I mean by make it easier for your audience to follow your webpage, so as I scroll through here, if you notice, maybe you'll see a pattern. Here, let me hit play. Be easier. So when I scroll through here, what I purposely did is kind of create a pattern here. You see that right, left. Oh, question about the template. So in post, yes. Page and video, I don't think yet. And I'll look right now to make sure. But you can share, and that's going to be kind of like my next tips here. So you want to make it easier. So and what I mean by that is kind of like the layout that I have here. So I want to kind of make it easier for whoever's going to be looking or reading this to be able to follow. Really not to kind of less is more. You know, if you want to maximize the time your audience is looking at this page, and again, make it easy for them to find whatever it is you want to share, however you're sharing your story. So let me show you another example. This one right here. Where in the world is Claudio Zavala? No, that's Carmen Sandiego. So I made this kind of a guessing Spark page. Here, let's go to the page preview. And as I scroll through here, basically this right here, I'm just using images to kind of tell a story as I scroll through here. And the reason I'm not adding any text is this is really giving, having people guess where I am at this, where these pictures are from, where I am. And then at the very end, there's the answer. There's some text there. So it's kind of the that's kind of more of my tip for a page is kind of the more kind of maybe design or kind of maybe how end user you're focusing on your audience. So that's kind of my tips for Spark page. Another one that I recommend with and this is basically for everything Spark video, post, and page is I'm gonna just kind of start here. If I'm gonna start from scratch, photo Spark Adobe Spark has a lot of curated content photos that you're able to use in your own pages. But I think with the best way, if you're going to be telling your story, sharing who you are, and basically you, what better way than for you to use your own photo? So that's like my tip for Spark page. And the next tip is use your own photos as much as you can, your own images, your own content. I mean, the great thing is create some content in Adobe Spark Post, bring it into Spark Page, create some Spark videos, and you can bring it into Spark Page as well. So that's one like a huge tip that I share with folks is try to use as much of your own content. It's original. You have rights to it. You own it. If anything ever comes into question, like, well, I took that picture with my phone. That's mine. I am the author of that. And I think it just speaks great. The best way to tell a story is you to tell your story and use your content if you're able to. And if not, then you use your free images that are available. So, my last tip for Spark Page, and I don't think I can do it from within the app, but while I'm here, let's answer that question regarding creating or a template. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm gonna go to share, and I just wanted to make sure, but I am pretty sure with Spark Page and video, you're not able to use as template. I think that's only available in Spark Posts. Because when you share in Spark Page, you're basically creating a link, so basically a web link for it. Now, having said that, you can, however, and this is kind of where I'm going to get to the next section of kind of like some managing tips, some things that you can do. Now, for this one, we will have to do that from the browser. We can't do it from within the app. So let us go ahead and jump back into the browser. So you can create a shareable template from Spark Post on your mobile device and share it out, and people can create their own. Basically, they're creating a copy of what you share. Now, the other thing that you can do from the browser is that you can invite others to collaborate with a project. So let's go ahead and we can do it from right here. So if you look at the three little dots right here, and you can see it actually right down here as well. If I go to share, then I can invite somebody to collaborate. And actually, I can invite several to collaborate on this project. So I just have to have their email, and they'll receive an email if they already have an Adobe ID. It might be good to know what that is, that email ID, Adobe ID. If not, it'll send them an email saying you're being invited to be a collaborator with this project. Now, that you can't edit at the same time. So if I have the project open and I invite somebody and they open the project, it's going to say somebody has it open. Or in fact, it might say my name, that it's, Claudio has the project open. You can't edit it right now. Contact them, or so basically, like, oh, okay, let me back out of the project, and then that person will be able to edit. So it's not simultaneous editing, so it's one person at a time. But so again, it's not a shareable template, but you're able to have somebody kind of be a an editor. So now on that topic here, I'm going to talk a little bit about some tips, kind of managing tips within Spark Page, and kind of getting close to wrapping up here. Is if you're looking at the projects panel here, your dash, you see all these folders that I have. This was I'm trying to remember when the past year when this feature was released. It's not available on devices yet, um, but I highly recommend if you're using Spark on the web, create folders. Now I've gone through here and I started making all these folders. There's a little button right here, and I create a new folder, and then I can organize all my content. I can start like if I could either drag and drop it into a folder, or click three dots there and then move it to a folder. So it's a great way to stay organized. So if you have kind of like, if you look right here, I have logos. I have some projects with logos. Let's see here. I got a Flipgrid folder with stuff for that. Here's my infographics folder. I'm not seeing. Oh, I don't know why I'm not seeing my Instagram folder. I'm just maybe just going blind right now. I'm not seeing it. Unless I renamed it, I might have done that. So I have like folders where I have certain content in there, and I know where to get it, so it's easier to find. So that's the tip. It helps me be able to find the stuff faster. The other thing too you can do right here was to show. Let's say I'm looking for a post that I created, and this was like my very first post. So then I go here, oldest first. So I'm looking for like my very first post. So like there it is right here. So these are like my very first, my oldest Spark posts. So then I can come through here and then I can basically either duplicate them, invite others to use it, share them. And then the other thing, I think this may work now that I'm thinking about the templates here. It got me thinking. So there's a folder here called Shared with You. And if I tap here, I'm able to duplicate it. No, I can't. So I was going to see if I can do that or not. So I wasn't able to. But at least you can have people, I'm going to say, collaborate with you. All right. Wow, that went fast here. Let me do this. Let me get this out of the way so it stops flickering. Cool. Well, I'm so happy. I'm looking here. I see 5 viewers that were on the live stream here. So I didn't see others add any comments there. So, but I just want to say thank you for hanging in here for the duration of the live stream. Really appreciate you all for hanging out. I know it's tough time zone differences. Some people on the West Coast, the East Coast, Central, Mountain. People are having dinner. Some people are just getting out of school. Some people are ready to go to bed. So if you were watching live, thanks so much for hanging. So now, before I go, there is something that I would like to share. So let me, I'm going to do this. Let me copy this link, and I'm going to add it into the chat right there. Oh, that's not the right link. Let's try one more time. Copy. And let's try this again. Okay, so that link that I just shared with you is a 7-day trial to Adobe Spark Premium. So you'll be able to like add your brand, your logos, so you can kind of test out the full power of Adobe Spark. You'll be able to see you creating multiple brands. You'll be able to create content. And the great thing, one of the things I like about the premium feature is you're able to remove the Adobe Spark logo. It doesn't mean that I don't like Adobe Spark. It's just I don't want that to be seen. So if you are an entrepreneur, got your own business, maybe you're an educator and want to kind of start your own brand, maybe you have your little side hustle, you want to create content but don't want to say that, this might be something you want to check out, and try out 7 days. And I think kind of jump, let me look really quick. I think the pricing for Spark, if you have Creative Cloud, it's already included. So if you're already subscribing to that Creative Cloud, you already have it. But if you don't have it, I think it's here we go. Look at the pricing. I believe it's still 9 individual. It's $10 a month. So 2 cups of coffee a month. If you skip 2 cups of coffee a month, you probably can get Spark Premium. So again, you have thousands of images, a lot more images. You can invite others. See on your branded content, personalized projects. You switch between the brands, which is great. You can't do that in the free version. Remove the watermark. So cool. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, okay, it's about 4 till. Is there any other questions anyone may have? Nicole, thanks so much for your feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging around. So while I kind of look there, see if there's any questions, you're watching this, do follow me. There, let me point to right there. On Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but also check out, you're watching this on YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel. I have a lot of tutorials on there. This was kind of like an overview, kind of just tips and tricks. But if you check out my channel, I have kind of some more detailed kind of tutorials on specific parts of Adobe Spark, post, video, and page. Different things that you can do within them. I kind of go into detail, kind of pick one thing and kind of focus on that. So check it out. If you haven't done so, subscribe as well. Let's see, gotten feedback from folks and they really enjoy watching the videos and learn from them. So it's great. And I love sharing. I love helping others tell their stories. So, it didn't post. Okay. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll do this. Okay, interesting. I wonder why. Oh, I might have to do it later. I think I'm just gonna post it on Twitter. I'll just do that for those that I don't know if I can tell who was here or not. I don't know if I'm supposed to share it out to the whole world. 7-day trial. I guess it won't hurt for people to try it out. 7-day trial, but either way, Nicole, I'll make sure and get it to you. I'll message it to you. And anyone else who's here, how about this? If you're listening, watching this, connect with me on Twitter or Facebook, anywhere. DM me, say, hey, I was watching your live stream. Can I have the link to the 7-day trial? I'll do that. That'd just be easier instead of just posting it out. Cool. Oh, it's there now? Okay, cool. Awesome. Hey, that's cool. We're working out a plan, trying to figure out, and then it just worked like magic. Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, everyone. Well, thank you so much for, again, hanging with me for a whole hour and taking your time. I know I multitask a lot, so if you were multitasking, cool. No problem. And I apologize for the flickering of my browser, but it's just going to get better every time. So, hey, everyone, have a great rest of your afternoon or night, and have a great day tomorrow. Take care. Peace.